What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today on the table in front of us is the newest addition to my growing ADV tactical collection. This is the ADV Hybrid Ronin. This is not one of his mid-techs. This is in fact factory produced by Rike. And boy, they did one hell of a job. This is an excellent knife. Now, I picked this up at a Bay Area Knife Collectors event a few nights ago, and I have been just fascinated with it ever since. It has an enormously thick chunk of S35 VN for the blade. It is all titanium on the lock side. It is G10 on the show side. The backspacer is titanium. It is really comfortable in hand. It's got this marvelous forward choil and this beautiful thumb rest, I guess, that means you can choke up with both comfort and confidence when you hold this knife. It is not going anywhere. From either grip, it is exceptionally locked in. I love this thing. It is a tanto cut, it is a tanto grind on the blade. It does have a little bit of a swell right here where the tanto line is, which is really subtle and actually really beautiful when the light catches it. Again, part of the reason I love my knives is for the art of them. And there is a fair amount here. It shares the ADV flipper tab, as you can see here on the Pathfinder. It shares the sort of finger swell and rear choil back here of the ADV designs. It even shares some of the shaping, as you can see through the handle up through here of the ADV designs. But because this is Rike, it does have some Rike elements in it too. And I noticed that as soon as I got it home, because this is, well, okay, this is the HX Outdoors version of the Rike Thor. I think it's the Thor 3 or Thor 4, I don't know. For some reason, Rike licensed out one of their Thor knives to HX Outdoors, and this is it. And as you can see, these two cut a very similar pattern. Well, they're very similar, particularly in the blade shape. One of the reasons I love this knife is the action. This knife is very snappy and very good. When I got the Hybrid Ronin in hand, the first thing I did, of course, was pop it open. And, well, just listen. Oh, come on. This thing bangs open with authority. The lock bar does have a steel lock bar insert. It is resting up against the S35 VN blade. There is zero blade rock or wobble. It is just stellar. I have been playing with this thing since the day I got it because that snap is so good. I love this thing. Now, these are not cheap. You can still get these on Blade HQ. I think they're about $390. I know. That is a lot for a knife. But anything that Andre de Villers puts his name on tends to be more expensive. It is considerably cheaper than one of his mid-techs, though, and that makes it almost a bargain. On the other hand, you can get one of these for about $100 on the secondary market. They're a couple $100 new. So if you love this style but don't have that kind of money, there is an option for you. Again, maybe I didn't say this yet. I'm going to do a whole video on these HS Outdoor knives. I have two of these, one in gray and then this one. This is a great knife too. So what do you get here? Well, let's line it up and take a look. You get 1, 2, 3 3/4 inches of cutting surface. You get a little over 4 inches of S35 VN. The entire knife is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.25 inches long. It is a little over, we're going to call it 0.6 inches through the handle, which is not super fat, but is not bad. It is not that heavy for its size because of the G10 and the titanium. This is a fantastic knife. Let's put it up against our old friend, the Rat Model 1. As you can see, it is, well, bigger. It really is. Let's put it up against an even more normatively sized EDC knife. This is the Land 912. This is just a little over 7 inches. This is what most people consider to be sort of the ideal in EDC pocket size knife. As you can see, the Hybrid Ronin is much, much bigger than that. But hey, I really like big knives. This is so good. It's so comfortable. And it is, to me, beautiful. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree. It does have a very tactical, I hate that word, but it does have a very tactical sort of look to it. Because it's on bearings and because it's just a traditional, frame lock, I'm not going to say that this is a hard use knife, but it is certainly oriented towards a particular look and style that is, well, meaner, than this, right? This is a very traditional looking pocket knife. This is something else. But Andre de Villers has a flair for sort of aggressive looking, knives, as you can see. This is my ADV family. These three are mid-techs. This one is the factory made by Rike. You can tell the difference. You can. Of course, these are all titanium, and this is not. But I'll tell you something that I've learned recently. I've had a number of Rike knives pass through my collection, and they make good knives. I mean, as far as I can tell, based on my experience, we're going to say that the Rike knife is at just about Riot level for overall construction quality. This is just a beautiful tank. If you're looking for a higher end, well-designed knife from a well-known designer, from a well-known manufacturer that's going to last you a while and survive the tougher things that you put it through, I think that the Ronin Hybrid here is a really good choice. Now, I don't usually say I'm going to recommend this knife if it's over a certain price point, because I know most people don't spend this kind of money on knives. But I will recommend this. If you can do it, if you're interested in it, just get one, because they are very good. And it's just cool looking. It really is. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. This will get considerably more pocket time. It will get some real wear and tear from me. Of course, when I say wear and tear, I mean it's going to open some packages. It's going to cut up some food. It's going to go everywhere that I go. Hey, it may even cut open some plastic packaging. You know that clamshell stuff is awfully hard on. I don't know. I don't really hard use my knives, but we'll do what we can. And then we will come back and talk about how it compares to its more expensive cousins over here. I love this thing, and I think you will too, if you're into this sort of knife. If it isn't your style, if this is more of what you think of when you think of pocket knives, then this isn't for you, and that's cool. Not all knives are for all people, but it certainly is for me. Look how thick that is right there. Look at that. It is just a brute. Oh, it makes me stupid happy. It really does. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been the ADV Ronin Hybrid made by Rike. I have been a Therapeutic Edge. It's been an absolute joy sharing this with you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, do so. We'll see you next time.